Welcome to the circular flow class, where we'll travel all the way in a circle one way and all the way another. So this is best for experienced practitioners who are comfortable with yoga poses, just because of the technical complexity. So you will be able to see all of the poses the first round, but then as we turn the other way, you won't be able to see. So I'll repeat the exact same sequence twice on one side before we go the opposite way. So begin with your mat long ways, as mine is, and your head to the same way as you see mine. And begin to make circles with the wrists and ankles. And reverse. Bend those knees and plant the feet. Find your spine here before you press the palms down and begin to articulate through the spine. So roll up through the spine till you land and bridge. Heavy the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale to roll down through the spine. Just a few like this, warming the body before the circular flow. Let your breath guide the action of the spine. Let's do one more. Pause at the top, take the arms overhead and back to your sides. Arms overhead, you can lower the hips as well, just to hover, and arms come by your sides as you lift the hips. Lower the hips as a unit, lift them up as a unit. So slightly different, more work for the backs of the legs. Last one, reach overhead as much or as little as you're able. And lift the hips once more. Press the hands into the earth as you broaden across the chest. Inhale. And exhale to lower the hips down and cross that right ankle over the left thigh and open and close the knee with that top foot flexed. Very important to protect the knee joint. Just getting some mobility through the hip. You can engage the core here as you bring the knee to center. Inhale, open. Exhale to close. Use the breath. The core will naturally respond. One more time, open. Close. And open one more time. Weave those hands underneath the bottom thigh. Pull it in toward you just for a moment. Extend bottom leg and bend. Extend. And rebend. Plant the foot. Hands plant. Press through that left sole of foot to lift the hips up. Open the hip a little bit more, and then the hips can return to the mat and fully cross that right thigh over the left one. Same thing with the arms. Take the left arm underneath the right one for eagle abs. You can interlace the hands. You can have them on opposite shoulders. Inhale here and exhale to either just curl upper body, like so, or bring knees and elbows together, curl. Come out just a little, so lower back still feels okay. And curl. Wring out all the air. Two more. Last one. Curl. Unravel the arms and legs. Legs go wide into a V. Take the hands to inseams as you lower the head. Wiggle the jaw. Take the feet, plant them. Windshield washer side to side with the legs. Nice mobility awakening today. And then pause. So you can cross the left ankle over the right one. Open the knee and close. open, and close. Exhale and use the core because it comes across to midline. Two more. Longer exhales. Soothe the nervous system. Last one. Bring it across. Open that thigh, weave those hands around bottom leg. Again, take your figure four, make sure to flex top foot. Lengthen bottom leg and bend. Again. Last time, lengthen. Rebend, plant the foot. Arms heavy, press them into the earth as you lift the hips up. That knee open. And lower the spine back down and slide left leg over the right one. Right arm goes underneath the other one. Inhale here. And exhale to curl. Could just be upper body. Inhale to lower. Part way. Exhale, curl. In touch with our core. But nice and strong. Two more. Last one. Really curl, wring out all the air. And then open arms and legs as you inhale. And lower the torso as the hands come to the inseams of the legs. Flex the feet. Feel that stretch. And then plant the feet again. Arms extend. Windshield washer. And lengthen the legs as the arms reach up. You can roll right into your belly. From here, press yourself up into tabletop. Only to round the spine. And then, with the spine rounded, make barrel circles with the hips. It's like you're tracing the inside of a barrel. So back to these circles here. And reverse. And then come to still. You might tuck the toes and kind of sit back on the heels. Interlace the fingers and roll the wrists. I forgot to mention there'll be a little bit of a foot action in this practice. I'm still filming this in the summer, so that's part of summer practice. Place those hands down, lift those knees, downward dog, only to walk the hands to that short edge of your mat. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold, bend the knees, hands to thighs, roll up through the spine. We're ready to begin our circular flow. So step back with the leg closest to my voice, closest to the camera. Arms can reach up. Come on to the toes. And as you plant the heel, arms come to your sides. It can reach even behind you. Come on to the toes, arms reach up. And plant the foot as the arms reach back. So if you like this, you can really spread the fingers here, give them a little stretch through the hands. Oops. Last one, reach up. Plant the heel, circle the arms and behind the bodies. You lengthen the lead leg. Inhale, broaden across the heart. And exhale to round forward. Release the hands to either side of the foot. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale. As you exhale, rotate toward that lead leg. Hands come right back down to the inseam of the lead leg. And step back a little further with that back leg. Blade the back foot and bring what will be for you the left forearm to the thigh. Reach that top arm overhead. Lengthen through the spine. And lift that bottom arm up to the sky. Hands come to the inseam of the lead leg once more as you pivot on the back toes. They face the short front edge of your mat. And from here, walk those hands toward my voice out in a diagonal and look under the legs for runner's gait. Lift back up through the torso. Turn both sets of toes toward the short, long edge of your mat. Sweep those hands to the opposite side. Frame the front foot, new front foot. Lower that back shin. Reach the arms up. And hands return to the earth as you step forward. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold and roll up through the spine. Light on the heels, more of a Pilates roll up. Stack the hips. And then the spine will also stack as you come to stand. Roll through the shoulders. And then step back with that foot furthest from me. We're on the same side as before. Arms reach up from the palms to face the earth. Bend the elbows as you come onto the back toes or to the toes. Yep. And let the heel come down, arms reach. Bend the arms, elbows into the ribs, and lengthen. Last one, come onto the back toes. Plant the foot, arms reach, circle them in behind. Again, lengthen lead leg and pour forward. Hands frame front foot as before. Lengthen through the spine, inhale. Exhale, rotate toward that lead leg. Hands come back down toward the earth. Step back a little further with that other leg. Blade the foot. And forearm comes to thigh, side angle. Sweep yourself up into an exalted, reach for the sky. And then hands come to the inseam of the lead leg as you pivot on the back toes. Lizard. Walk those hands out in a diagonal again. That far side of your mat. Look underneath the legs. Pivot both sets of toes to that new long edge of your mat. Sweep the hands over to the opposite side. Lower the back knee. Arms reach to the sky in a low crescent. And hands frame front foot as you step forward. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time, let's sit into chair. Arms can be by the sides of the ears. And then press yourself up to stand. So now you're leading with the foot furthest from me into our warrior one. Come onto the toes as the arms come to reach up by your sides. Send those arms overhead as you allow the heel to ground. Again, come onto the toes, arms reach by your sides, and send the arms overhead. Again. You ground that heel, feel that sensation of stretch. Last one, ground as the arms reach, and circle the arms around as you lengthen the new lead leg. And the chest opens, inhale. Exhale to fold yourself forward. Hands frame front foot. Inhale to lengthen spine. Exhale to rotate toward that long leg. Hands come to the inseam of the lead leg as you step back a little further with the back one. Blade that foot. Bring forearm to thigh in your side angle. Reach that bottom arm up. And both hands come to the inseam of the lead leg. Pivot on the back toes for lizard. Walk those hands out to the side of your mat. Look underneath the legs. Both sets of toes turn toward the long edge of your mat as you sweep your hands to frame the new front foot. Toes face short edge of mat. Lower the back shin. Arms can reach up to a low crescent. Hands again frame front foot as you step forward. Hands to shins halfway lifted. Exhale, folds. Roll up through the spine as the arms circle. And bring the hands back to heart. One more round. That leg closest to me steps back. Hands reach overhead. Bend the elbows as you come onto the toes. As you ground the foot, reach arms overhead. Again. Last time, bend the elbows, come onto the toes, plant that foot, reach the arms, then circle them around, lengthen lead leg, inhale. Exhale to fold. Hands ground on either side of the lead foot, lengthen spine, and rotate toward long leg. Hands come to the inseam of the lead leg to hop or step that back foot further behind you, blade it, and find your side angle. And lift the torso so that you can, that bottom arm will reach for the sky, arc the spine. And then hands come to the inseam of lead leg as you pivot on the back toes. Walk those hands out on a diagonal, the side of the mat again. Look under the legs. Sweep those hands over to the opposite side. Lower that back knee. Reach the arms up. This time, let's bend the elbows and bring the hands behind the head. Press the head into the hands. And then frame front foot, step forward. Hands to shins halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Bend those knees, sit into chair, arms sweep by the sides of the ears or at heart center. Lift your way up to stand. And from here, reach the arms up. You can come onto the toes. While on the toes, bend the knees and sit into this lifted chair, high-heeled chair, if it's available to you, until the hands come down. You just come onto the tips of the toes. Knees are bent in front of you. If the toes aren't all down, you might need to take your fingers and do so. Bring them down. And then lengthen the legs. Come onto the whole of the foot. And this time, bring your feet so you're in a slight V. Show you a slight little V here, like so. And then come onto the toes. And set the feet back down. Come onto the toes, feet back down. Come onto the toes, bend the knees, heels stay together. And you're sitting kind of in a frog squat. I'll show you from the front as well what that looks like. So we're here. Preparation for froggies, if you've ever done those in yoga before. They're in Kundalini a lot. Lengthen the legs to stay on the toes, and then bend the knees, chest lifts. Again, lengthen. Heels together and rebend. Let's just do 3 more like that. 2. And 1 more. Let's see if you can really plant those hands, widen those feet so you can sit in mala. And then bring the hands behind the body, lower your bottom down. You can always roll onto your side if this isn't suitable, or inhale, broaden across the heart, and exhale to round through lower spine. You can slide the hands along the legs if you need, mid spine, upper spine, and stretch those arms overhead. Let's arc those legs over to the right. Same thing with the arms. Hips stay grounded. If you need more, that left leg will cross over the right one. You can clasp that left wrist also. Open up the side body. More inhale. And exhale, legs come back to center to sweep over to the opposite side. Again, you could cross right ankle and clasp that same wrist. Return to the center of your mat and roll toward me. Take that top leg, bend it, and you could stay right here, quadricep stretch, or take that bottom leg and hook it across the top thigh. I'm pressing my back shin or my top shin into the hand into foot. More inhale. And exhale, come onto your back with your legs the same way, plant to that left foot. And here we are again in that figure four pose, but let's stay there a little longer. So weave those hands underneath bottom thigh and feel into the glute, IT band. More inhale. And exhale to set the left foot down. We'll keep the legs again as they are. Let them drape to the left. That right sole of foot will plant. Arms can reach out. Take your gaze where you will. This rotation. Wiggle the jaw. And now roll away from me. We're doing the same thing as we did before. So come onto your side. Take the top knee, bend it, clasp that ankle. You can press that hip slightly forward, stretch the quad. You can also take the bottom leg and cross the ankle over the top thigh. A few more breaths here. Another long inhale. And exhale to come onto your spine. That right foot will plant. Adjust as you need here and interlace hands around bottom thigh. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Again. Replant right foot. Allow the legs to rotate to that same side to the right. That left foot plants as the knee faces the sky. Open the arms. Do what you will with the head. And breathe. More inhale. And exhale to return to the spine. Plant both feet. Hands grounded. Roll through the spine one more time. Interlace fingers. Open up the heart. And allow the hands to release. See if you can heavy through the back of the sternum. Through the rest of the spine. Hug the knees in. Lengthen the legs. And you could stay right here. Or if shoulder stand and plow are in your practice, either knees bent or long for plow or legs long, Send those hips high, first of all. So bent knees or long legs, send them overhead, but make sure not to look around. Keep the neck still. Most of the pressure should be on the back shoulders, but there's a little bit on the head, so do not look around. Again, with the knees bent, looks, well, I guess you're not going to look around. So knees bent, kneecaps toward the ground. Like I can't show you that right now. And let's take those legs high again with the support of the hands on the top of the pelvis. Squeeze the inseams of those arms together and slide the hands along the body as you lower through the hips. Maybe hug the knees in again. And then find your variation of Savasana today. If you'd like legs up the wall, you could take them up the wall. Or lie on your back. Feel everything soften. Heavy. Grounded. From wherever you are, start to wiggle the fingers and toes. If your legs are up the wall, you could slide those feet up and down the wall. And if you're on the mat, you could bend the knees. Feel the soles of your feet. The texture of the mat. Maybe a final knee hug before you roll onto your favorite side. Breathe into the lower back. And when you're ready, rise. Meet and seated. Where when you're there, drop the chin. Bring the head to one side. Eyes could go in the opposite direction. And then switch. You could continue with that. Or if it's safe for your neck, stick with the circle theme. Could make full circles. Just be careful there isn't compression in the neck. When we're in motion, we don't want compression. And like in yin when we're still. Reverse directions if making full circles. Drop the chin a final time. And look up as the arms sweep up. And the hands to the forehead. May our thoughts come from our hearts. Bring your hands to your throat and your mouth. May our words be kind but empowered. And hands to the heart where compassion lies. May we be in touch with it always. Sat Nam. Mm. Mm. If you enjoyed this practice, check out the playlist. There's a few circular flows in there. This one was more summer oriented. Practices change seasonally. If we're like me, I use simplistic aspects of Ayurvedic medicine to influence kind of some of the changes that you see in different sequences and different times of year. So anyway, check out what there is and subscribe if it serves your needs. Take care. Bye for now.